And in Chile, you won't ever find that. Like, just to make a comparison. But in Santiago, yes, you will find a lot of fit people that are like really into it.
What do people feel about marriage? Guys, if you're just tuning
Okay,
in, make sure you
so
get the likes up.
now in
Super chat your
Chile, because people are getting like more and more open-minded,
yeah.
they use Europe as a big example. So people every day, day by day, they want to, they don't want to get married anymore. Um, they believe in open relationships. Like there, I know a lot of people are in open relationships and they're completely okay with their partners seeing other people. I'm not that kind of people, but I met a lot like that. But yes, I personally think I don't want to get married because I think that at a certain point, it's not gonna be the same amount of love, and things are gonna get boring, and then you will want to see other people, which is completely normal. And also, people change by the time, so you're gonna marry one person, but you're gonna end up the rest of your life with a different person, which is, that's the reason why most marriages fail these days, and people don't communicate. They're just so into that. Yes, we have to be monogamous. So I'm not talking to her that I want to see some other people. This kind of things.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's why I don't want to get married. I actually pretty much decided it now.
Wow, that's powerful. That is
No, I
powerful.
don't want kids.
No kids.
It's
Wow.
not that I don't like kids. I
Okay. Yeah.
like kids, but I don't see myself, um, raising a kid. It's something really complicated. I don't think most people are prepared for it, and then this kid grows up into a hurt adult with a lot of problems, and I wouldn't want that for a child. So that's why I don't want to raise children. And also
Um,
because this world is getting more and more complicated day by day. And I'm really scared by that. Like, for example, I see my nephew. She's 10 years old now. And ever since she's 5 years old, she's on YouTube saying she wants to be a YouTuber. She's on TikTok. She gets stalked by creepy old men. And, you know, these things are happening. And
yeah.
it's horrible to think my child would have to go through that. And I won't be there the whole time to know what's going on. And which is actually quite sad.
One second. I got a question for you.
Um, so, from Chile, there's basically folklore music. There's many different types of dances because Chile is really long
Hmm.
and because of the different landscapes. Um, so, for example, in the north, you have Trote Nortino, and it's actually people dressed in colorful clothes. They wear a devil's mask, huge devil mask, and they actually do a festival about it in Tirana, which is a really small town. It happens once a year. Then, if you go to central Chile, which is the Santiago area, you find Cueca, which is dance from the countryside, and they basically imitate a chicken, like getting flirted on by the male chicken. Because I forgot because you would have to see a video, but it's like the woman is moving a piece of cloth like this, and the guy is like this trying to seduce her.
Hmm.
It's completely different from salsa or anything. This is basically like jumping. Um, and then you have the dance from Easter Island, which is super similar to Hawaii. So it's more sensual. Women wear a feather costume, and the men are basically just in a thong and a few things that cover them up. Each one of them is really different. And in the south, you also have a similar dance from the north, and it's also like all about jumping, this kind of dance. Um, but good thing is that in Chile, because of the immigrants and all of this, day by day, for example, dance hall is really strong in Chile. Like there's a lot of people that dance hall. There's a lot of dance hall competitions. There's a lot of dance hall queens, which are like worldwide known. Um, I love dance hall myself. I also dance it a little bit, and I have
Yeah.
a few friends that are teachers, and it's a huge thing there. And also with reggaeton and all this kind of Latin music, or from Jamaica, or Afrobeats is also getting bigger and bigger by day. So you find a lot of dancing, but it's not from Chile. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so just so you know, guys, make sure you get the likes up, super chat your questions. She can't hear me, so I'm typing my questions in. All right, guys. So if I'm visiting Chile for a
Okay,
week,
so
what should I do?
if you want to visit Chile for a week, I think you would totally. But I think just a week is not enough to see everything. But if you're going just a few days, just a week, um, then I think, yeah, definitely the most interesting thing is the Atacama Desert. You can focus on there, spend the whole 7 days there, or you can go to Santiago and Valparaíso, Viña del Mar, and the vineyards. If you're into wine, go to the vineyards. Um, and you can do that in 7 days. So you can stop in Santiago, you can go to this place I talked about, you can go sightseeing, you can go partying, then you move to Valparaiso, you see the graffiti, the colorful places. There's a lot of dance culture there as well. You find a lot of dance hall. And then you can go visit some vineyards. One of my favorites is Viña Indomita. It's like has one of the most as outstanding wines, and the food of the restaurant is delicious. So completely worth it. This vineyard is close to Valparaiso. Like it's midway, so it's a good way to visit a few nice things in a couple days.
Nice. I like that. Sounds like I would like it there. Seems like it's
So
chill.
they do it as events. It's not like there used to be a dance hall nightclub, but it was closed. So now it's only events that you can find. I would have to search for the link because I forgot the name of the event, but um, I have a friend that can give me the name, and I can help you post it afterwards. So you
Okay.
can follow them on Instagram and know when the events are going to be.
Okay. Cool. I like that. I
But
like.
there's this bar in Bella Vista, which is all about dance hall and weed culture. Weed is super popular in Chile as well. So yeah, it's a bar you can go there, dance hall music. People also dance, and you can smoke weed however you want.
What?
Yeah,
Like in the club?
it's almost legal, like in the U.S. Like weed in Chile, you can also find medicinal weed, but you need a certificate. It's like a little more complicated, but you have dispensaries these days.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, it's more. That's why I was all about it's more open minded. Oh, so what made me move? I always wanted to go out of my country because I lived my whole life there, and I'm still young, and I was always really drawn to Brazil because
Hmm.
I love dancing, I love heat, I love the beach, the parties. So I just moved here. First place I stopped was Búzios, which is in the Rio de Janeiro state.
Yeah.
So Búzios is also a really famous beach town, which is compared to Saint-Tropez because it's super beautiful. And this
Hmm.
was my first stop, basically, because Brazil is worldwide known for being super dangerous, but Búzios is super safe. Like,
Yep.
I was out walking out at 4 a.m. all alone
Hmm.
in a dark road. Nothing ever happened. It's
Mm.
amazing in that sense because there's some other parts in Brazil that are completely different and different, and you have to take care of your phone and your stuff.
Yeah, that's how it is in Rio.
Between Chile and Brazil, right?
Yeah,
Differences.
biggest difference between Brazil and Chile.
So yeah, first thing is people here are much more warm and are super loud. Like I still don't get used to it because they're for me it's like they're basically screaming the whole time, but it's because they're really happy, and they don't care about if people hear what they're talking about, which is completely different in Chile. In Chile, people are more quiet, more reserved. Uh, you don't hear what your neighbor is, talking to the family. Here you do. You hear all their lives, and they don't care. You hear the music,